What if a man of both worlds, dungeon and surface, existed? A common ground between the two. A messiah that possessed the ability of a familia, yet had the power of a monster. What if this person was Cranel, blood of Zeus, and last member of his familia? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Quick note, earlier today I started a Discord Nitro competition on my Discord. It is a thumbnail competition. Anyone can join. Not so many people are joining, and those that did join aren't necessarily that good. So everyone does have a chance at winning a Nitro. We do have templates, all that type of stuff, so you don't have to worry. So if you do want to enter, the link will be in the description. And yeah, that will be ending tomorrow sometime on Sunday. So yeah, without further ado, roll that intro. Days had passed since the Loki familia had told their goddess about this strange boy named Cranel. She had been in a panic, in a daze ever since, sending messages to all sorts of gods. Her familia hasn't even had time to go on missions. Their funds will dry up soon. But nonetheless, someone would stand up. And this someone is Finn. Finn is one of the more logical people within the Loki familia and would tell his goddess to calm down, or at least till they know what's going on and why she's so fearful of Cranel. They would be cut short as the entire familia would look back at a door to reveal Lord Hermes. When Loki would jump up, "Hermes, you're here. You saw my message, right?" And Hermes would just say, "Yep," as Belle would walk out from behind him. The look of terror that shone across Loki's face was unimmeasurable as she fell back, stumbling, saying, I didn't do anything, I swear." As Belle says, "Lady Loki, I'm not here for you. You were snooping around asking questions about me, and I wanted to know who was. So when Lord Hermes told me you wanted information on me, and I came here and saw who your familia were, I kinda understand it." As Loki would quickly stand up, fixing her posture, taking a deep breath. Okay, that's good. Obviously, the entire familia is shocked. Loki was terrified of Belle, to say the least. And for some reason, he's with Lord Hermes. Lord Hermes would then say, "So, Loki, that payment we were talking about if I gave you information on Belle." "What information would this be?" Belle asked to Hermes. And Hermes said, "Nothing really, just your stamp, the one on your back." As Belle just laughs, "Haven't updated that thing in years," as he leaves the Loki familia room and eventually the compound. Eyes would be quick to chase, for she has so many questions, but nonetheless, he would disappear as soon as hitting an alleyway. In actuality, he just hid his presence and jumped on top of a roof when noticing Eyes. She had thought he vanished into the shadows or something, but he had just been watching her, saying to himself, curious girl, as he would just wait for Hermes. At the point where Hermes was far enough away from the compound, he would leap down, asking what he got in return for giving them his stamp, with Hermes saying, "That old status doesn't mean anything now. The amount of abilities and level ups you've gotten since that last update." With Belle just giving a snicker, and Hermes saying, "Well, they gave me a bottle of soma sake." "Wait, which one?" "Not the addictive one, kid. Relax." "Okay, thank God." because they do know what is happening with the Soma Familia, because Bell has been around for a much longer time, meaning he has much deeper connections, and similar to Hermes, he's almost like an info broker himself, just he runs his network through Hermes. So when it comes down to it, Bell is a force in the dungeon, but he's also a highly intellectual person with many a versatile skill that can be used outside. He has proven himself easily capable of gaining political gain, as he did in the Ares Familia, not physically joining it, but living in the kingdom temporarily, rising through the royal ranks, and even at one point forgiving Ares. Ares was one of the gods that did not help, but he is one of the gods that stood by. What this means is a little vague, and will be explored a bit more later on. But Bell and Hermes are walking as they split off. Hermes says that he'll see him tomorrow as Bell enters the building of the Ganesha Familia. He had been living here ever since he came to this wretched city. Believe it or not, Ganesha is one of his closer friends, and also connects him to one of his ally networks within the dungeon, the Xenos. But what these Xenos are is not yet to be revealed. They had a long conversation, and Bell is instructed that pretty soon they need to go for a supply drop to the Xenos, and he is requested to do so. He'd be given a mission's worth of payment from Lord Uranus, and Bell would obviously accept. First, missions cannot be denied, and on top of that, he feels indebted to those Xenos. They might have saved him from a really downhill path. He would leave once again, for he doesn't really need sleep, at least now that he had vampirized, at least fully vampirized. He's in a state where sleeping, eating, drinking, none of which is needed. Sure, he could enjoy them, but everything just tastes like cardboard to him, so he'd just rather walk around the city, exploring, having fun, I guess, just with the dead feeling inside. He would one day walk across a broken church and decide to take a rest there. He would walk in and sit down. He'd be there for quite a while when he notices another presence. Hestia, the goddess that owned this church, would have walked in the door saying, What are you doing? With Bell actually for once breaking his dead satire character, jumping forward, bowing and saying, sorry goddess, I did not mean to enter your home. But as he looked up, that white hair and blood red eyes, Hestia stumbled back, trying to get out of the door. Why are you here? Obviously struggling to open the door itself, with him saying, no, it's not what you think, Lady Hestia, with her being like, so you did come for me. Just the classic hysteric Hestia. So he would not even bother to chase after, but instead he'd just continue sitting, and a few hours later Hestia would once again return, this time more in the right mind. If he didn't chase her, then he probably didn't come to murk her or kill her, so she knows that he's probably here for some other gain. She would quickly question what he has to do here, and he would explain that he didn't even know this was a goddess home. He just came in here by intuition. He wanders this city every single day, and this place just intrigued him, so he decided to hang out a bit. Hestia would now calmly open a door seemingly behind the stage, as Bell would just watch. She would tell him to follow. He would follow her down as she prepared some tea, and they'd sit and have a talk. He'd say that, I didn't expect you, Lady Hestia, to have the same reaction as Lady Loki. I was expecting something more like Lady Hephaestus. Didn't she tell you that I no longer matter the gods? With Hestia gulping, saying, Hephaestus, I haven't talked to her in a while. With Bell just off of intuition saying, oh yeah, you leeched off of her familiar for... catching his breath because he didn't want to say too much. With obviously Hestia's lips shuddering, she says, yeah, that did happen. But now, I live here. She turns around with a smile, saying, I work at a potato cart. Like, I do my work and I live my life. So you still haven't got a familia? Belle would ask, with her just nodding a negative. So he offers her, okay, so I don't really have a familia myself, and I don't have any need for sleep, so I have no reason to ever be here. But you really seem like you could use a familia. How about this deal? I'll give you 15% of the earnings I make in the dungeon. With Hestia just her eyes sparkling, because it's a known fact that his last update was the day he was supposed to die, the day he had reached level 5, so she knows he's more than a capable soul. But she can't help but ask, what about your grandfather? What about Zeus? With Belle only giving a giggle, saying, he's still alive, or else this stamp on my back would have disappeared by now. But no, I haven't found the bastard yet, as it fades away. But yeah, if y'all want to see the next one, what I gotta tell y'all is like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit that bell notification to be notified when new videos are posted. And yeah, these videos are usually edited by our lovely editor Steak, link in the description, and the Dragon Lord who created our intro and outro. His links will also be in the description. Both of these are excellent what if YouTubers that I would 100% suggest. So without further ado, roll that outro.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Subscribe for more.
Yada yada does it.